Welcome to Tuesday Tips with Dr. Laura. My name is Laura Christine, and I am thrilled and honored to be a part of Delinda Lane's Fun, Fearless Female global community of Christian women. Today, I'd like to talk about it's all in your head. Now, we've heard that phrase before, but really, honestly, in my experience, it's all in your head. In my naturopathy business, I teach a lot about the soul, body, spirit connection. And when our minds are not where they need to be, that affects the body. Disease moves in, infections move in, dysfunction moves in, illness moves in. When our thoughts are not where they need to be, that can happen. There was a stat I read just recently that said 80% of our thoughts are negative. Coupled with that, it said 95 of our thoughts are repetitive. So the more of the negative experience we have, the more we play that through our mind. If it was very traumatic or whatever happened. What about the positive thoughts? Are you a half empty, glass is half empty or half full kind of person? When you think about that question, that can reveal a lot about if a person is a positive or a negative, really. Half empty, that might be your negative person, your pessimistic person. Half full, that might be your positive or your optimistic person. Optimism has strength and positivity. Pessimism is kind of like they've got a sarcastic edge, which sarcasm a lot of times is anger. It's also negative, and that kind of person might be stuck, or there's a weakness of wanting to actually stay in that negativity. So if those stats are correct, the 80% negative thoughts, the 95% thoughts are repetitive. So we're spinning on these negative thoughts. So if those stats are true, why do we see happy, joyous, positive people walking around? Why do we see them? Well, is there something that they're doing that others aren't? Is there a mental strength that they have that others don't have to help them remain optimistic, positive, joyous? As Christians, we know that if we focus on God, if we focus on Jesus, and we really continue to build that relationship through reading our Bibles, prayer, interacting with Him, whatever we're doing, that we do become stronger mentally because we know He's got it. But here's a few things that I found mentally strong people outside of the Christian piece, and I'm just going to talk in generalities that mentally strong people do. Number one, they don't get stuck. They move on. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. Number two, they embrace change and they welcome challenges. Number three, they are kind, fair, and unafraid to speak up. Number four, they stay happy and they don't waste their time or energy on things that they don't have control over. Number five, they are willing to take calculated risks. And lastly, number six, they celebrate other people's successes. They don't compete with other people's success, and they don't resent other people's success. When you look at that list, you could attach that list to people that are negative. They don't get stuck. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. Those are negativity. They embrace change and welcome challenge. A lot of times when you're negative, you don't want to change. You would rather stay stuck. They stay happy and they don't waste time. A negative person is not happy and they waste their time on being unhappy. They're kind, fair, and unafraid to speak up. Sometimes a negative person isn't kind because they are angry or whatever is in their head. So, you can go through that list. So if you're a half empty, glass is half empty person, and your negativity and you're stuck and all of those kinds of things, maybe you can look at this list or go through this list and think about it, because you do have to work at there's so much in this world. You do have to work at staying positive and pushing out or refusing to have the negative thoughts take over, because they will take over and that will change you. And, heavens forbid you get sick. When you're negative, stress management is very hard it's hard to manage stress, and that turns into disease or illness. And I say that from the naturopathy viewpoint, but it is true. And there are studies out there proving that positivity, people get better. And, life is meant to welcome, enjoy, and it's fun to live from a positive viewpoint. So I'm hoping that this was helpful to someone out there. And lastly, let me remind you to always take time to read your Bible, talk to God, and remember that God's got this. Wherever you are in your life today, He's got it all. He's in control. So take care, and I will talk to you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.